Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So today, I'm actually kind of excited because when I woke up, I saw that I had 369 subscribers. And I don't know why, that just made me really happy. Because I didn't really have any goals when it comes to this channel. Like my channel is, I don't want 1 million subscribers. In fact, I've already beaten my goals that I set for myself. And I know that they're really small or low, but I made this channel because my friends are always like, can you pull a card for me? Can you pull a card for me? So I started doing collective reads, and they don't ask me as much because now they're all getting their own insights. And yeah, so in my mind, I made this channel just for my friends. So if I had 1 million, I don't have 1 million friends. So for me, I would freak out. And so there was so many times where this channel has taken off and started growing exponentially. And I purposely self-sabotaged those growth spurts because it just made me so nervous to have so many people watch me. And like, I'm just really happy with the way this channel is unfolding. Like, I don't mind getting like a new subscriber every day, but that's kind of how I like it. I like it being the slow burn. I like it kind of knowing who's in the community. Actually, there's so many I still don't know. But I love how small and like quaint it is. And I hope you guys are learning something. And so, as I said, I've already beaten my goals. And now it's all just for fun. Like whatever happens from here, it's just added bonus. And so today's number, 369, just made me smile. It reminded me of Nikola Tesla. If you want to know the secrets of the universe, you should look into 369. So let's just do a read and see what cool message comes out today. So yeah, I woke up really happy. 369. I feel like I have to shuffle it this way. And one more, they say. They say 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. So again, I see some change. So the first person to come out is the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles in the upright is the most stable king of them all. It's almost like he knows the value of $1, and it's just mostly stability. It's being so stable with all your earthly possessions. But this is in reverse. So this is someone I'm seeing, it does tie into the next one. 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles, he's holding on to his money so tight. So it's either one of two things. This King of Pentacles is either being really stingy with his money and like greedy and making really poor decisions when it comes to it, or he is overspending. It's either being like, it's extremes though. It's not balanced, it's not in the middle. And so there is, what do you want to talk about the money? So I've never seen this show, so I don't know why they're bringing it as a reference, but maybe it might make sense to you. But they showed me the grapes, and then they said, this is the grapes of wrath. I do have my iPad. Maybe I could just quickly like Google what the grapes of wrath is even about, because I have no clue. Grapes of Wrath summary. All right. It's a fictional journey of the Jodes, a family of sharecroppers from blah, 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 forced to migrate west during the Dust Bowl. So they're going to somewhere where there is more opportunity. And so among the prominent theme of Grapes of Wrath is the Dehumanize. My mouth ain't working. Dehumanitizing of nature of capitalism. Damn. Okay. So there's something to do with taking out the human nature, the heart of matters, and being greedy and stingy with money. It's using people and things, which that story really does go in with what I just said. So we've got this grapes of wrath, someone who's just really not utilizing their money in the best way. Both of these were in reverse. So the superstar came out, and then came the tower moment. Honestly, I was hoping for a little bit more of a positive read, but this looks like somebody has been in a place of power. The person who was the king at this tower, he's kind of having a wake-up call because he chose money and things over people. And you know what? This is kind of bringing me to a story. So for myself, every single piece of clothing that I own is thrifted. And so my ex, I think, I know he didn't understand my love for thrifting until I was like leaving. And so I think what he thought was that I was just so cheap and so poor that I couldn't afford to go and get new things. But the truth of the matter is, and that's what this tower is really bringing me, is I used to work in a place where they designed clothes. It was like, it was almost like Lululemon for tween girls. I stood behind the mission of what they did because it was all about building that self-esteem and being confident in your body no matter what shape or size you are. And so I worked there. I learned a lot about the fashion industry. And yeah, the one thing that I did learn is about those on the other side of the world, right? They get most of their clothes made in like sweatshops and things like that. The biggest thing that I learned was how to smell if clothes come from there. There's this smell that whenever we would get in pallets of like the designs that they did, it makes me sick to my soul when I smell this smell. And then at that same time, this is the time where in Bangladesh, they had that factory collapse on themselves. So this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like the factory collapse on themselves. And at the time that factory collapsed, I was working at that place. And it made me so sad to think of all those souls in less than ideal conditions, being forced for just things that we don't even care about. Clothes do not matter, especially on a person, right? I get complimented all the time, but to me, it's just like, thanks, it's clothes. I put them on. And so, yeah, it wasn't until the end that I said that to him, and he was just like, oh, I thought you were just really stingy with your money, because, you know, they did pass and they did work really hard for everything that they've already done. And I thought all those things that already exist, that have already been made, that in this world that we have everything that we need. So let's say I need something. I know that somebody else already has it, that they want to get rid of it. And so that's why I'm all about that barter system, exchanging, because I think that we don't need to go into the world and wreck more things just to get more things, just to throw more things away. Especially when it comes to the fashion industry. There's a place in Africa where all the clothes that nobody wants, all the hand-me-downs go, and you can see it from outer space. That's exactly what this reading is about, because I'm seeing the star, and I was like, well, how does the star tie into this? But this is my experience of this job with this tower, because I'm an Aquarius, and Aquariuses are represented by the star. And that's the humanitarianism. Like, I've got so much Aquarius, and I know most of my viewers are Aquarius as well, because of course I attract you little weirdos, but you get it. You understand what I'm talking about. It's not that just because you can go out and do something doesn't mean you should. And what do I mean by that? It's like, if what you're going out causes more distress in the world and pollution and waste and all those things, do you really have to do it? Or is there another way where every single person can be fulfilled and have their needs met, especially when it comes to clothes? There's so much clothes, and I even think about it. I'm like, if I was a millionaire, I probably would still thrift my clothes, because I think of those people in the factory. They work so hard, and they did lose their lives. Actually, even those who didn't lose their lives, they've dedicated their whole lives. There was this documentary I watched, and it was someone who got out of a sweatshop, and then when he made it to the States, he went to a store, and the toy that he made there was in his face. And he's like, I made this. And yeah. I don't think things will ever make you happy if you understood how the things came to you. Now, I'm not saying to go out there and not want things. It's just saying appreciate what you have. And if you don't need to go out there and cause more destruction to get something that you want, reduce, reuse, recycle. A lot of times we just have to clean something up and it would be brand new and shiny again. So this King of Pentacles in reverse. I'm wondering, have you actually read or watched The Grapes of Wrath? Because as I said, I haven't. And I didn't know that it was even about dehumanizing and capitalism and those things. But maybe you've watched it and you have some insights that you can share with me. Somehow this could tie into this story and enlighten us to learn something new. I'm not saying to go out there and penny pinch and hoard and those kind of things. Energy comes and flows. The more you can let things come and flow. Every spring, when it's time to clean up, when you clean up the things that you don't use and somebody else can make use of it, that's good flow and energy. That's healing. There's no stuck, stagnant energy in things, especially things. Things collect energy. So if you're not using it and it is just a fixture in the corner that sat there for years, it might be more beneficial for someone else to make use of it that loves it and appreciates the usefulness of it. We have so many things where we're like, oh, I'm going to use that, and we never do. But somebody really could use that. Hi, Cooper. So I feel like that's the story. Let me see if there's anything I missed. I'm just sharing my story again. So I told this story about how that factory collapsed and how it affected me more than I probably should have let it, to have that weight of a whole factory on my on my shoulders. But I think because of that, it's let me be more conscious and mindful of my surroundings. But I told someone this, and they were from that part of the world, and they were just here, and they're like, don't worry. And so that's what I'm seeing is like the falling. I'm like, yeah, so I only buy thrifting because of this. And they're like, oh, don't worry, those people got taken care of who owned it. And even that made me feel bad, because I was like, that's not really the outcome that you want. You don't, I mean, justice and fighting fire with fire. But in my perfect world, in this world that the elemental kingdom and everyone's trying to really have us work through, it's our greed and how you are supposed to be abundant. You're supposed to have everything that you want. There should be no lack, but there should be no destruction and taking it at an advantage of someone else, and especially taking it at the advantage of Mother Nature. And we all know what we've been doing. So they're bringing me to the water. They're saying the water, this was a message that was kind of coming up before. And they're like, you really just gotta pay attention to the water. It's so precious. It's like, it's just something that's always there. And then once it's gone, once it's tainted, that's when you're going to be like, I wish I took advantage of this opportunity to fix it sooner. But instead we're focusing on a new phone, right? The new iPhone comes out. We need the newest one all the time. And in fact, I think sometimes companies even make things to break. Like, they don't want it to last because they want you to be consumers. And so for you to constantly keep buying those things is saying to the company that it's okay that they do those kind of actions. And so you really do have a lot of power with how you spend your money and where your money goes. Another thing that they want to say to be mindful of is when it does come to thrifting, not all organizations are sharing that. Like Value Village, it's all for profit. They get everything for free. So when you see them have a Lululemon and they jack that up to $40, I guess it's their prerogative, but it's just saying you get to choose how you spend your money, and you get to tell everyone what you think is right in this world and what is not okay. We do live in a capitalist almighty dollar area, and so how can we go from wanting things and controlling things to being responsible about the money and knowing that the things that we have are sacred and that we should hold on to it and value it more. There's so many things that people have and they're like, it's fine, if I destroy it, I'll just get a new one. But you should care for it. You should love your things. You shouldn't have that attitude that we live in a disposable world. Money comes, money goes, things are just things, because those things had so much energy put into it before it got to you. And just be mindful of that, because now you bring that in. Let's say you did get something that was from like a sweatshop and it just didn't have good vibes, right? Because they're trying as hard as they can, but they should have more human rights. Maybe it is worth just spending a couple more dollars for something else. And then, there's the conversation of like, machines are going to take over everything. But deep down in my soul, I think that there's enough of everything for everyone, and that everyone has such a special gift that if they went and did the job or the work that they wanted, every job and role would still be fulfilled. And then the ones that people really don't want, robots will take over. But right now we're in the place where robots are taking over. People still need the jobs, all these things. And so we do have to bring the humanity and the heart back into it. And that's what the star does. It's bringing that wisdom from above to the earth. You have say with how your emotions and your heart, what you want in this world. You can tell this king that you don't stand by his philosophy. You don't like that he uses people and that people actually don't matter, that the almighty dollar is more valuable than someone's life. And so you can say, I don't know what you want to say, but just make it come from the heart. But you do have a choice. You choose who gets to be in power. You choose which businesses thrive and which ones don't, because you're the superstar. This card is saying we do need to reel things in a bit and just be a little bit more appreciative. We keep thinking, oh, I got nothing, but you actually have so much around you. And then let's say you do have some things that you don't want, someone else could utilize that. And then maybe someone else has something that you need, but you don't need to work hard to have everything met and fulfilled. We live in an abundant world. Resources come, resources go, but we don't need to take more than we need. And so we'll leave it there. I hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Actually, you know what? Not bye yet. What's the coolest thing you ever found thrifting? Because I have found such cool things, and I would almost prefer to go to the thrift store than to actually go to the store. And so with that, we'll leave it there. Have a good day. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.